Thank you, Srini, for a wonderful introduction. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
A few days back, I told my 7-year-old nephew that I was colorblind. There was a reason I told him. I just didn't get up in the morning and he said, I'm going to bore my nephew today. I'll get to the reason. But I told him I was colorblind and I asked him if he knew what it meant. He looks at me for a second and goes, oh yeah, I know. That means you cannot see any color. Which is actually the most wrong answer for that question. The most wrong answer. But then he's only 7, right? So I went around and asked a few friends of mine if they knew what it meant. Surprisingly, most of their answers were only as correct as my nephew's. And by correct in this case, I mean totally wrong. So I decided I'll talk about this color blindness today. Just to get a feel of the room, how many of you here know what color blindness is? Okay, that's great. So hopefully by the end of my talk, you'll have more information on the topic, more correct information on the topic. So the first thing about color blindness is the word color blindness. It's confusing, isn't it? Like on the surface, it seems like I'm blind to all the colors. But what it actually is, it's a decreased ability to see some colors. And the colors themselves vary from one person to another. One colorblind person to another. So in my case, I find it hard to find differences between red and green. All the other colors are fine, but red and green is the problem. That's the first thing, not complete blindness. The second thing, some of you may be thinking, did he say red and green? They use red and green in traffic lights. Should he be allowed to drive? So, it's funny because when I'm with my friends, I'm the one driving in the car with my friends. When I'm approaching a traffic signal, that's the moment I pick to tell them all that I'm colorblind. So I'll be going like this and say, hey guys, by the way, I'm colorblind. And you should see the looks on their faces. They yell, what? What did he say? Stop the car, stop the car. And then I tell them, they'll relax. I can't see with the red and green because it's easier to see what the difference is between red and green if it's in the form of a big light, like a big traffic light. It's easier, but come on, who are we kidding? We're in India. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you miss the signal turning from red to green, as soon as that happens, you can be sure that there's 75 people behind you honking, hey, let's go. That happens. So it's not a problem, traffic lights. But what about when the lights are small? Like small lights like LEDs that are on your TVs or TV remotes or your internet Wi-Fi routers, the small lights. That's a little bit of a problem because me and most colorblind people, all the small lights that were ever created, everything looks yellow to us. It's all yellow. It's amazing. I'll tell you a little story. I was at my uncle's place a few days back and the internet stopped working. So naturally I called customer care, like most people, and a lady answers. I don't know why that's important, just somebody answers. And she's obviously not interested in my problem first. She has to take down all the details, all my name, date of birth and all that. Finally she gets around to my problem. And then she says, restart the router, the internet modem. I do that and it doesn't work, internet's still not working. And then she says to me in a very professional and nice tone, sir, can you check the lights on the router please? At this point I'm getting a little tense. But then it hits me, I may be colorblind, but I can still count. So count the number of lights on the road, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I say very confidently to her, yes ma'am, there are 5 lights blinking on the road. Yes, 5 lights, yes. And then she says to me very sarcastically, sir, obviously all the 5 lights will be blinking because the router is on. A little insulted at this point, just a little. But then the next thing she asked me, it's the most insulting question ever that anybody has ever asked me. This is what she says in a very straight tone, without flinching or anything. Sir, can you check if you can see one red light, one green light, one blue light, one reddish green light, one greenish yellow light? I said, what? And she hears the what? And then I say, a little shyly embarrassed, ma'am, I cannot see some colors. Sir, can you be a little louder, please? Say, yes, I cannot see some colors, sorry. And then she says, with a straight face, I couldn't see her face, but she says with a straight tone, sir, customer care is not for entertainment or jokes purposes. I said, no, I am. And then I explained to her what color blindness is by giving the whole 5 to 7 minute speech, a similar speech. She finally believes me. At this point, I called my nephew into the room and then I asked his help. Can you tell me what these colors are? And then he looks at me with this beautiful cocktail of confusion and anger and what is he asking? He couldn't understand that somebody cannot see some And then I had to explain to him what color blindness is. After that, he made fun of me, of course. And then he finally told me what colors were blinking, and my internet started working. So just to recap what we talked about. The first thing, color blindness means only partial blindness to some colors, unlike most people believe in. And the second thing is, when the lights are small, it's a little bit of a problem for colorblind people. They all generally look at it as yellow. And so if you are around any people, any colorblind people and any small lights, which happens often I'm sure, just be a little more patient than that funny customer care lady. And the third and final thing, no matter what your colorblind friends say, they can see the traffic red and traffic green. So don't believe them, they're just joking to make you panic. On that note, I'll read you a quote, a good quote mixing life and color blindness that I came across when I was preparing for the speech. It said, an optimist sees green, a pessimist sees red, but a truly wise person is colorblind. Thank you.